What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Steve from Printer Gang Investments, back with another video. And today in that market, we had epic judgment day on the chip trade. Deepseek R1 got released last week. People finally realized it, so the market reacted to it and sold off. When I say sold off, I mean sold off. We down like 1,100 today. They had NVDA down like 17%, 18%. They had Palantir down like 5-6%, even 7 at one point. Just everything was down. So, you know, we got active today, man. We got active. So we secured some Palantir gains today because, you know, Palantir was down today, but our calls are still up. So we secured some of those gains, rolled it, traded some NVIDIA puts. We did a lot today, and I'm going to show y'all everything we did. You know what I'm saying? Before we even start with the Palantir position, I want to apologize for YouTube. I made a video pre-market this morning where I was trying to tell y'all my game plan for the day, but at the time of recording this video, YouTube ain't uploaded it yet. So, you know, I'm gonna go and let it upload because some of the things I was talking about, they're not as time sensitive, but I tried to give y'all that. But either way, let's get into these positions. So first, with the Palantir position today, as you see, almost all my calls completely different. Because when Palantir sold off this morning, I think one of the calls I had, the one I bought from the dip last time, it was still up 75%. So we took that 75% and we bought this $160 call right here. This one they got me down 26% on. They sold it to me at a very bad price. The bid ass spread, it was ugly. So first I did that. So I made money on that. Next thing I did, I had that leap that I bought, the one that was up 50%, it was still up like 25%. So I take that and I go on and I buy this October 17th call. I buy this October 17th call and I get this April 17th call. It's a lot of things we did today. So far, they didn't guide right on earnings, man. They beat earnings, but the guidance was not good. The guidance was not good. So far sold off. I sold 3 of my SoFi calls before it sold off. So I was like flat, probably like down maybe 3, 4, 5, 7%, something like that. And the rest of them, we gonna hold on because they did beat earnings, but guidance wasn't good. So we reduced a little risk. But real quick, I'm gonna show y'all a lot of the moves we made because it was one of those kind of days. It was one of those kind of days we did a lot. Let's see. Oh, what? We gotta go find the 27th. Yeah, dang, we did a lot today. Good Lord. All right. So, yeah, like I say, first thing we do this morning, we sell Palantir call. For $290, we sell our 3 SoFi calls. We buy the Palantir call for $160. Like I said, they sold it to me at a bad price. If you ever traded options, they'll sometimes get you with that bid-ass spread. I should have had put my limit order in a little lower, so they just served me at a bad price, but it just is what it is. So I took those gains. I bought a free share of Palantir. Then we sold 1 share of Oklo to take gains on Oklo, which I'm glad I did because it did sell off a little bit more today. So I took those Oklo gains, like 33 bucks. Then we bought $10 worth of the SPY, $5 worth of Tesla, $5 worth of Palantir, $5 worth of Walmart, $5 worth of Salesforce. I chose those stocks because, you know, this is a chip problem, but they selling off a lot more than just chips. So right now I'm gravitating towards the non-chip stocks. I'm thinking I might buy the NVIDIA dip or the chip dip soon, but we're not there yet. So next thing we know, I buy a Palantir call because I day traded Palantir today. I'm going to talk about that in a second. Then we buy an NVIDIA put for $119. Then, like I say, we day traded that Palantir call. So we bought it for 54 bucks. We sold it for 68 bucks out of that. So then the NVIDIA put goes up for the first time. We turned the 119 into 190. Quick 70. Boom. Buy another NVIDIA put for what? $106. Then we start buying dip again. $5 worth of Salesforce, $10 worth of the SPY, $5 worth of Google, $5 worth of Robinhood, $10 worth of Palantir, $5 worth of Tesla. Then the NVIDIA puts go up again. We make like 80-some%. So we turned that $100, $106 into $191, $192. So yeah, we sell that. We buy another NVIDIA put I'm gonna tell y'all about that one soon. And we sold a Palantir call because we rolled it. It was down like 50+%, 60%, something like that. We sold that. Then we bought $10 worth of Palantir again, $10 worth of SPY again, $10 worth of Tesla, $5 worth of Salesforce, another $5 on Walmart. Then I bought a Palantir call. I tried to put in a sell order for GEO because they whacked me on GEO. GEO, that roll did not make it. I'm going to show y'all that. Then we bought another Palantir call for $5.75 because we sold that other one for $8.75, the leap I was telling y'all about. So yeah, we did that. Bought another Palantir share. So we bought like 2+ Palantir shares today. We bought $5 more worth of Tesla to end it off. So yeah, back to the positions. So yeah, let's see what was next. Patterson Energy got hit up. You know what I'm saying? Just not doing good right now. Quantum Trade, they did decent for the sell-off. I'm not even mad at the Quantum Trade. They was like, some of them was slightly up, slightly down. It wasn't that bad. You know, they still, you know, trying to recover from their judgment day earlier, but they weren't that bad. Serve Robotics got hit up. Everything growth and speculative a little bit was kind of getting hit today, even though all these companies aren't necessarily affected by this, but everything got hit up, which is why situations like this are a lot of times buying opportunities. But SoFi did us dirty. They didn't make it on earnings. Good thing we only had $43 in our short-term call, because our short-term call didn't make it. And the June calls, they were flat at first, so I got out of like, what, I think it was $50, and now they down, what, a little bit. So, you know, we're not down that bad on SoFi. We made money on SoFi before. So, you know, SoFi is hanging in there. People are saying they're sandbagging their earnings. So with SoFi, things can probably turn around by next quarter. But as far as like call options, is the call options going to make it the next quarter? So just be careful with SoFi. That's where we at with that. I'm not done with SoFi. I don't think it's over with, but the guidance is not what we need it to be. They're not growing maybe fast enough for us to keep holding our calls. But, you know, it was a sell-off in general, so they might recover. So I'm going to hold half the position because they did beat earnings. They beat on revenue and EPS. So that's what's going on with SoFi. Symbiotic took the gains back. Sell-off day. Tesla went down today. Not as much as the other stocks. Like, as y'all see, I bought a lot of Tesla today. Uranium Energy is down because uranium is also tied into the chip trade. The bear case that's got everything selling off is that if this Deepseek model can be made with only $5 million, then we just overspent crazy on our chips. And if we're overspending crazy on chips, then we don't need the energy to run all those chips, so they're selling off uranium too. But we'll get into that in a second. So Vistra Energy, same thing, energy play related to AI. It sold off like crazy today, like 25%. You know what I'm saying? We should have added to that, but I was listening to more news. We did add to Walmart today. They up a little bit today. Let's see what else we did today. Oklo got hit up today. We still got our Oklo position, but we did take some gains just to take a little bit of gains off Oklo. They're actually up after hours. I might, you know, get back to adding the Oklo, but I did, you know, secure some, get me a little Tesla, Palantir SPY with the money. Had to do that. Now, the NVDA put. This was position of the day, fortunately or unfortunately, whichever way you want to take it. So as y'all see, we made money trading NVIDIA put, but we hold one for tomorrow. If things go left tomorrow, they're going to have to pay us again. If the market decides to reverse and they destroy this NVIDIA put, it's all good because we just made 60% on our money and 80% on our money. So that's where we at with NVIDIA. As far as NVIDIA, the shares, I didn't buy them yet. I understand if you did buy the NVIDIA shares because it's a decent dip, but you know, it's a macro situation. I don't necessarily believe everything China is saying, but they could not be lying. We got to take it with a grain of salt. So I didn't just get out of any of my chip positions. You see what I'm saying? Because what a lot of people are hinting at is that the only way they built this model is that they have NVIDIA chip that they're not supposed to have. So they're saying that it costs less than it costs, and they're not going to tell us what it really took them to make it because they're not even supposed to have all the equipment. So there's that with it. So for now, we're holding NVIDIA. You know, we bought NVIDIA at the equivalent of 15. So we're not really sweating it. But we are watching it. I'm glad we're not overweight chips. We're more overweight software, and these things, even though software stocks, a lot of them are selling off alongside hardware, this isn't necessarily bearish for software. This actually could be quite bullish for software. So anyway, MAR, MicroStrategy, IBIT. We did add the IBIT today. They sold off just because the rest of the market was selling off, but you know, that was just a good time to add to the position. IonQ was down today. Microsoft was down today. I do want to sort of add to Microsoft, but they do own OpenAI, and this is also a big threat to OpenAI. But I mean, it's very nuanced. I might have to do a whole nother video explaining the situation again, because I don't want to just talk the whole YOLO update about the situation. But Robinhood. So we added the Robinhood today. I like Robinhood on this dip. Robinhood is going to sell out because crypto's down, because the stock market's down, because the hot stocks are down. But they're putting up growth. They're doing their thing, and the market could turn around. So I like Robinhood here. Grab fell today just because the rest of the market fell. Grab isn't necessarily ready yet, but I'm not mad at it yet. You know what I'm saying? It's just hanging in there for now. I did add to Google today. I did add to Google today. A lot of these companies, if what they're saying is true, they could, what's the word I'm looking for? They could be making money in AI without paying NVIDIA all this money. Now, do I necessarily believe that? No, but if that happens, the software companies would just benefit even more, so we would just pivot to software at that point. But GEO, the roll on GEO is the call that didn't make it. They hit us up again on a sell-off day, and the call was sort of close dated, so they got us down 76%. Unless GEO bounce back tomorrow, it might be over that. Might be over with that one. But we did make 80-something% before this one happened, so it's all good. We only had $63 in it. We try and contain the losses, you feel me? We bought some Salesforce today, so we up to $36 worth of Salesforce. We're going to keep adding to that. Cameco's down. I'm still green on Kava. Broadcom got hit up too, real hard, 12% down on Broadcom right now, because they're also tied into the chip build out. ARM, we're down on that because they're tied into the chip build out. And same with AMD, and Advanced Auto Parts is actually hanging in there. So my sentiment is this thing can go like one or two ways. We could keep selling off, but the thing is, even though we're selling off, a lot of things that's going on is actually bullish on the long term, so it doesn't necessarily make me want to get out my long-term positions. It makes me potentially change my short-term positions, but not necessarily get out my longs. So let's look at some of these stocks real quick. We got, let me see something real quick. We got, oh, what? There we go. Now, let's look at some stocks. All right. So we got NVIDIA was down 17% today. We got AMD was down 6.3% today. We got, let's see, QQQ was down 2.9. It was down almost as much as 4% today. SPY was down 1.4%. They held up a lot better. Palantir was down 4.48. We did decent today. We actually was down as much as 7% today. SoFi was down 10, and it's an earnings thing, so that plus the sell-off, so that ain't that good. Google was down 4. Oklo was down 25. They up 7 after hours. That's interesting. Meta was actually up 1.9% today because they also have an open source model. So what happened was this was bullish for open source models because Deepseek's an open source model, and it's the open source versus closed source right now. You know what I'm saying? American versus foreign. So Llama is open source, so that's bullish for them. Rocket Lab was down, and let's see, Grab was down today 2.8. Cameco was down 15% because they're tied into that build out. Serve and Symbiotic was down, I think just because the market was down in their riskier stocks. Uranium Energy was down 11% once again because they tied into the build out, and GEO just got. So let's pull up a few charts and see what we think, man. First, we got to pull up NVIDIA because NVIDIA is the one that's causing all the drama right now. Let's see. There we go. All right. NVIDIA is at a major bounce zone on the daily right now. It's at the 200 EMA and it's at the order block. So that's a major bullish entry if you're trying to go long NVIDIA. But the only thing that's going to make people hesitate right now is this macro. We want to see how this develops. We want to see if China telling the truth or not. So we're not really none to know for days and weeks. But anyone who's taking that chance, I understand a lot of people about the NVIDIA dip today. They say this is the biggest down day in NVIDIA and possibly in the markets. I'm not sure, since like March 2020. So yeah, this is a hell of a dip. This is a hell of a dip. This is right where you would want it to be. If it falls below this 114 area, we could go down to 109 or 106. If it falls below that 101 area, it's up through there, and we're going all the way down like 94. So that's where I'm at with NVIDIA. Let's look at Palantir. With Palantir, like I said, we held up decent. We went down to a volume imbalance. Let's see. Fell into a bearish fair value gap. But we might be using that as support, look like. We'll see, because we're above that post market. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. If Palantir gets to falling again, look at that 70 level. If we fall to that 70 level, we got volume imbalances and things like that. But with if it's no macro again, or macro get bad again, we could go straight back down to 65 like we did last time. But I don't know if we necessarily gonna do that. That would more so be an earnings thing, because we do got earnings next Monday. So right now we just gonna hold Palantir. They're not directly affected by this situation at all, because with Palantir you can use any of the large language models. That's why I bought mostly Palantir on the dip. It's not gonna matter if you use Deepseek, ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini. That's the advantage of Palantir. So they actually tweeted about that today. They actually made a tweet about it. Not only could you use Deepseek or ChatGPT, either one, you can use both of them together on Palantir. So it's not a Palantir problem. Market just overreacting on Palantir. I think, earnings is a different story. But as far as this, I don't think it was necessarily a good reason to sell off Palantir. That's why we bought. We took some risk off the table, but that's why we bought closer dated calls. Because if it goes up, we want to try and make some money off of it. So we'll see what happens. Let's look at this NASDAQ. Let's look at this NASDAQ. NASDAQ is pretty tricky. We got this level at like 509. We could fall to... Below that, I could see it, 505. 505. And that's where it gets tricky. It could keep falling, but I'd be very careful shorting here. I think we had a put in here last time as a hedge. And it didn't work, but it didn't matter. We had the calls. If we fall into this area, I'm buying unless the news is horrible. I might not have enough money to buy personally, but as an investor, all this is sweet. It's 495 level sweet. If we fall below that, it's a whole nother order block at 492. It's just crazy resistance here. I don't know how we would break. It would take some serious bad news to break all that resistance on the QQQ itself. So if you're going short, I don't know if that's your best bet. If you're going long, I wouldn't do it yet. I would wait for it to fall. It's like, if we keep selling off, I can see us going down here, but I don't know if that's going to happen, because like I say, the market could potentially be overreacting. But that's the way I'm looking at it. The market's doing a lot. We had a very big down day, but the things that the down day is about is the key. Why is the market selling off? What are they upset about? Does it affect the stock you own? And those are the questions you got to ask yourself right now. And these is my moves on the day. I'm going to probably have to, do a whole nother video to deeper explain the Deepseek situation and what's going on, because it's a lot. And this be a 40-minute video if I keep talking. So it's your boy Steve from Printer Gang Investments. I'm going to see y'all in the next video.